ripped off, cut open. Now he's unleashed. The American insurgency starts now. This is Rusty Humphries, Rebellion Radio.
Well, hello, my brother from another mother. How you doing? My sister from another mister. How are you? My name is Rusty Humphries. And this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. We are powered by Right Wing News on Facebook at rightwingnews.com. My own website as well, which is rustylive.com. And today we are sponsored by the great product of Wax RX. Yep, it is same ear washer purchased by doctors and clinics. pH conditioned ear wash system that will actually clean your ears and do a great job. And you can clean your ears at home with a system like the doctors use. And you can get it at waxrx.com. And it works. I know because I've used it. And I like it. Don't like the earwax, but I like Wax RX. That's waxrx.com. Okay. Whew, has it been a day in the news, huh? So finally it was announced, the whole DACA thing. And boy, is the left going crazy, go nuts. They're going nutso. Before I get into it, I thought the conservative millennial did a very good job of explaining what it meant, what President Trump had to say. So let's just take a listen to what she had to say here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Now, you would think, based on...
Oh, the web is going to do it to me today, huh? Facebook, you going to do it to me today? Is that what's going to happen? Okay. Oh, look, I got a virus. Okay. Somebody's messing with my computer today. Well, I'll stop that, and I'm going to talk to you for a minute, and we'll figure this out in just a second. But here's what I would like to know from you, and that is, whoops, let me switch that over. Sorry about that. See what happens when you tick off liberals? They go and they come after your computer now, too. So my question to you is, what would you do with the idea of all of these dreamers, quote-unquote dreamers, and they say there's 800,000 of them. First of all, don't lie to me. What a BS number. Less than 1 million, really. We know there's over 20. First of all, here's what was interesting. Before 9/11, I remember very clearly, it was 20 million illegal immigrants. Now they're saying like 9 million. So somehow between right before 9/11 and now, we've lost 11 million illegal immigrants in our country. Right? That's according to the mainstream media. So I think the number 800,000 is ridiculous. But let's take that number for a second, and let's just say it's real. It's not. We know better. What would you do with them? Now, I do want to hear from you. I'd like you to check in. If you're watching us live on Facebook, we really appreciate you being here. If you're listening to the podcast, The Rusty Humphries Rebellion, thank you very much. You found us on iTunes or Stitcher or iHeartMedia, iHeartRadio, or any of the other places you get great podcasts. But let's just check in real fast. Bradley checking in from Indiana. Howdy, Rusty and friends. How you doing? Pamela says, I'm sorry, but my kids' dreams come first. Jack says, I had to come to the USA legally. William says, here's a little history lesson. DACA never should have been instituted by Obama. He bypassed congressional approval, took it upon himself to create this program. The Constitution and laws of the lands are here for a purpose, not for any president to try to circumvent using executive power. So put the blame for whatever misery these folks are now experiencing where it belongs. And that's Obama. William, you're 100% correct. President Obama broke the law. Okay, let's be honest. He's a liar. Okay? He broke the law. He changed the law where he shouldn't have. He knew it then. Congress knew it then. And they did it anyway. He went around Congress. Congress are a bunch of candy asses. They're a bunch of wussies. They won't make a decision. Now, what President Trump is saying is, I'm giving you 6 months. Do something with it. Make a decision. Do something. Now, here's my thing. I don't see how we round up 800,000 children Now, by the way, they're not children anymore. These are college kids and even older. You know, supposedly you can't be a dreamer after a certain year. And so, you know, these are not children. These are adults, many of them. But here's what I say. We will give you a guest worker program. You cannot have in-state tuition. Sorry. In any college, in any state. And you can, even if you go through the steps to be able to become a citizen, you can never vote. Ever. Well, that's not fair. That's taxation without representation. No. You broke the law coming here. Your parents knew it when they came here, number one. Number two, I don't want to give any benefit to any politicians, Democrat or Republican, for turning a blind eye on illegal immigration. So I say politicians get nothing, and you, if you are a dreamer, can dream of voting because it's never going to happen. What say you? Bradley says, please share this broadcast. I agree. We need more people to hear this. If you would please give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts, give me some shares. Let's let people know that we're out there. It's very important. We need to go around the mainstream media. We've got to do this every day. I'm here 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. And we've got to get people to know what it is that the truth is. We have too many people lying. Now, let me give you a good example of a lie. I live in Phoenix, Arizona. And I'm so proud of the mainstream media. They finally found a high school where kids went out and left school and walked out in the middle of school as a protest. Let me show you a little bit of it here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Here you go. So you see them walking out. South Mountain School students walk out. Now, by the way, that was right around lunchtime. So at lunchtime, a helicopter was able to find a single school where kids walked out. Okay. Now, I, on the other hand, decided to do something a little bit different because when I woke up this morning, I was seeing on Facebook and on the news, man, there is protests everywhere in Phoenix. Man, it's crazy. The students are going nuts. There's just anger on the streets. I mean, the way they made it sound like it was going to be riots. Now, I got to be honest. Once I was looking at the video, a lot of it looked like video that was taken when Trump was here and George Soros had had enough time to pay the protesters to get bussed in. Now, it couldn't have been that. I mean, the mainstream media wouldn't lie like that, right? So I went downtown. I went and drove through Phoenix. And this is what I saw. Now. Okay. There is something going on with my computer. And I don't like it. Let's try it again. How do I have a virus with a Mac? I had one the other day, too, on my other Mac. So something is messing with my computer, and I don't like it. And look at this. It says, no threats detected. You liar. So I'm going to turn my computer off. On my other computer, because I've got two going. And I will talk to you as I'm waiting for this other computer to kick in. And hopefully I can show you some of these videos that I took. Anyway, just to make a long story short, I drove all through downtown Phoenix. And I didn't see hardly anybody on the street. I'm not talking protests. I'm talking it was clean. I don't know where everybody was. It's like it was a holiday on the day after a holiday. I don't know where everybody was. I didn't see anybody. Then somebody suggested I go to Arizona State University over in Tempe. So drove over to Arizona State University, went through Tempe, and I'll tell you what, I didn't see any protest in there either. So it took a few hours for the mainstream. And now, by the way, how did the mainstream media know to fly a helicopter over South Mountain High School? I mean, was it just they were just lucky and they just happened to find the one high school where they walked out at lunchtime and get that helicopter over there so they could shoot? And how did they know it wasn't a fire drill? Right? I mean, how did they know these things? I mean, I got to give them credit. They knew. They are so smart. They just guessed of what school to send the helicopter to. Mm-hmm. Or maybe you think some teacher or student or maybe a rabble-rousing administrator decided to call the mainstream media so they could get a little attention for their crappy little school? Possible? How about probable? What's in your mind? Let's see. Shane says no, school was letting out. No, it wasn't. It was lunchtime. Let's see. What else? L says DACA was an executive order made by a previous administration. This can be lifted at any time by the current administration. These people should understand that. Kara says, look what happened to former CBS journalist Cheryl Atkinson's computer. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Rebecca says, how do they know they didn't just go out for a smoke? Good question. Maybe that entire school was just going up to light a and you know, with today's, you know, thing, maybe they're just all going out to light a big old fatty. They've got billboards all over town. Hey, if you want to get your medical marijuana card, go to Dr. Reef Earl. Reefer, see? Reefer, and he'll get you your license. Yeah. Real classy. Chris says, they have had time to get legal. This is on the parents first for bringing them here illegally. Then it's on them when they became adults. And then lastly, it's on Obama for what he did in 2012. Put the blame where it goes. This is not President Trump's fault. He is enforcing the Constitution of the United States that Obama broke. Yes, he is a dumbass. Okay, while I'm going to get more of your comments, if you would please. I want to know what's on your mind. I want to you to check in. Shane wants to know if we should buy stock in tissues. Let's try one more thing and see if it's going to pop up here, my computer. With all these great videos I had ready to go today. Let's see here. Okay. Let's try this one. I think I might have pulled it off. Oh, oops, hold on, one other thing. Of course, we are concerned about what's going on in Houston. Our wishes are going out to Houston, our best wishes. And now Florida is a mess. We also have big fires going on in Washington and Oregon and California. I mean, we got a mess going on out there. It really is bad. And somebody sent me a thing that I thought was pretty good. And it was, what do you do if you're in a situation where you may need where you may be in the path of a hurricane? I'm going to share that with you in just a second. But I want to try to bring up, here we go. So it looks like my video stuff is working. So let's get to it. First of all, let's go to, was it cold-hearted for President Trump to do what he did? Asked by some idiot at CNN. Here we go.
The president vowed to treat dreamers with, quote, great heart. How is this move treating them with great heart?
I think by allowing an orderly process to take place. You know, there's a lot of people that I've seen attacking the president for not showing the level of compassion that they feel like he should. To me, the most heartless thing that I've seen all day today is that Democrats like Nancy Pelosi are using this decision today for fundraising while the president's trying to fix this situation. They are politicizing an issue instead of actually doing their job. If they would spend less time fundraising and more time focusing on solutions, we wouldn't even be in this problem in the first place.
On the president's decision, where all of this stems from, Dreamers, supporters of Dreamers say this is cold-hearted. You're leaving the future of 800,000 people uncertain, up in the air. message to them?
It's not cold-hearted for the president to uphold the law. We are a nation of law and order. And the day that we start to ignore the fact that we are that, then we throw away everything that gives these people a reason to want to come to our country. If we stop becoming the country that we were envisioned to be, then we throw away what makes us special, which makes America unique. This president's not willing to do that. The previous administration was. This one isn't. But we want to have real solutions. We want to have laws that address these problems, but it's Congress's job to legislate, not the president's. And we actually want to uphold the Constitution, and I think people across this country should be celebrating the fact that they have a president that is standing up and upholding the Constitution as he was elected to do.
Okay, very well done, Sarah. Very well done. Give her a raise, Mr. President. I think she's doing awesome. Okay, let me bring up that one great video I saw from the conservative millennial. I think she's awesome. And Pamela loves Sarah. Carla says the nation was built on treason. Peggy says play an emotion. It's not going to work this time. Mirna says you got that right. Things are a mess. For me, smoke gets in my eyes here in California. Montana's really bad. Pray for rain. Yeah, it's bad. I mean,
now you would think.
Hold on. In Washington and Oregon, that's where I growed up. You like my English? I growed up in the Seattle area. There's actual ash going around. People haven't seen ash floating around since Mount St. Helens. I mean, there's a lot of garbage going on right now, and of course the left has to politicize everything. The fires are because of global warming. No, the fires are because you won't allow logging. We have more trees than in our country now than we had when the Pilgrims landed. And when you don't allow logging to go in and you don't allow proper forest management, fires happen and they get out of control a lot faster. Hurricanes. Well, golly jeepers, we got the worst hurricanes ever. We haven't had hurricanes in like 10 years. Oh, but that's all global warming, or is it global cooling? Make up your damn minds. Again, we had a former president who's a dumbass, Obama, just changing the law. I just think I'm going to change the law today. I'm just going to change the law because it feels good. So, great video here today by the conservative millennial who did a good job of explaining things here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
Now, you would think, based on the response that we have seen from the left to what President Trump decided to do with DACA, that Trump said that he was going to personally round up all of the immigrant babies and ship them back to Mexico. And I have news for you. That's not going to happen. In fact, if you are currently protected by DACA, you will continue to be protected by DACA until your protection expires. And if that protection is set to expire before March 5th of 2018, then guess what? You even get to apply for a renewal before October. And if you have an application that is in the mix right now, it will continue to be processed and considered. So I really don't see the heartlessness and lack of compassion that the left is talking about. What I see is an administration that is trying to right the wrong committed by President Obama in 2012 when he unilaterally pushed through a piece of legislation without congressional approval, which is not supposed to happen with immigration issues. So don't believe the lies, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, very well done, conservative millennial here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Okay. Oh, let me bring you the video again. Let me just try to bring it up now. Okay, I showed you where the high school, oh man, what a coincidence. Gotta bring it up on my page, sorry. Where the high school magically, they found the helicopters found the one high school in the Phoenix area where they were allowing kids to go and protest, okay? So I was hearing earlier today that there are protests all over town. They made it seem like there was going to be riots, and the stuff I saw looked remarkably like video from the Trump protest rally the other day when Trump was in town. So I went around the streets of Phoenix, and I want to show you what I saw on the streets of Phoenix here. Here we go. Let me just show you. They'd never have a chance to become citizens if they snuck in. No way. No way would that happen. Okay, so now we are driving. You can see we got the convention center, the sports venues over here. Right in front of us here is one of the big sports venues. I think this is Chase Park here.
Let me fast forward because this is by a stadium.
Nothing.
Okay, let me go. Okay.
Okay, government and courts straight ahead. There's City Hall. This way, that's City Hall of Phoenix. How y'all doing? Not seeing anybody there either. Where's all the protesters? Where's everybody being all mad? Again, according to the news, there was thousands of them. And it wasn't that long ago. There's a great theater. I saw Adam Sandler there a couple months ago. Here's the federal courthouse here. Nothing. Margaret, thank you. Appreciate the nice comments. Okay. Don, thanks for...
Hold on, going through town. Let me go to the state capitol. Let me fast forward.
More.
Hold on.
Oh, look at that. That nice, looks like a firefighter memorial.
That's the state capitol.
Still no protest. You'd think there'd be protests in a park or something. No protests. Guy going really fast, not protesting. Let's see here. I think this is, let me turn in to go into the state capitol. I mean, if you're going to protest, wouldn't you go to the state capitol? Okay, there's the Capitol building right there. And it is plumb empty.
Okay, you get the idea. I drove all over downtown Phoenix. I didn't see anything. Then I went to ASU, Arizona State University. Nothing. So it is a lie what they're telling you. Again, how did they find the one school, the one high school where they let kids out to go and protest? How did they get the helicopter there in time? The helicopter showed up right as the kids were getting out of school at lunchtime. What an amazing, amazing coincidence. Okay. I did get a very interesting thing I saw on Facebook that somebody sent me. And I want to share it with you because if you are in Florida, we have a lot of viewers in Florida and also in Texas. I wish I would have had this a little bit earlier to share with you in Texas. There's some great ideas if you're about to get hit by a major storm. And some of the stuff is pretty obvious. Some of the stuff is stuff I'd never thought of before. So, for example, according to this, you can order supplies from Amazon today and have them delivered on Friday at the latest. Local stores might be out of good LED flashlights or lanterns, for example. Have a flashlight for every person in the house. Ideally, have a lantern or two for general lighting. By the way, you could also probably get water sent to you on Amazon if you hurried. Take photos today or tomorrow of every room, every piece of electronics, everything valuable. Upload the pictures to the cloud, Dropbox, Microsoft Cloud, iCloud, Google Drive before the storm. Take photos of your key documents. Upload those as well. Save your contacts in your phone to the cloud. If you don't know how to do that, grab your screen or have someone take photos of your contacts with their phone, email, or text the pictures back to you or a friend. Don't take a chance on losing your contacts if something happens to your phone. Secure your photographs and albums in double plastic bags. Plastic bag and duct tape are your friends. You can't buy too many of them. Put documents in gallon size or larger Ziploc bags. Put larger items in double large trash bags, cocooned, so the opening of the first bag is in the bottom of the second bag. Put some clothes in plastic bags in case you get a roof leak. This one's good. Think now about where you're going to park your car. A parking garage is ideal. Outside in a low-lying area or under a tree is the worst. Think about all the cars you've seen ruined in storms because people made bad choices about where they parked their car before the storm. When you know the storm track, you'll have a better idea of which side of a building will give you the best protection. Next to a building on the downwind side gives you the best chance if you leave your car outside. Do your laundry, wash your dishes before the storm. Your dishwasher is an excellent safe in your house. If you need to put something valuable, your washer and dryer can offer good protection as well. These could be good places to put your bagged up photos, for example.
Choose a family or relative out of town to be the contact point for your family or a group of friends. After the storm, it's always easier to get a call out of the area than within the storm zone. That's pretty good. If you live in a high rise, know the procedures. Don't count on your cell phone for communications. When Harvey hit Texas as a Cat 4, it knocked out the mobile phone system. In addition, your battery may run down. You'll have no ability to charge it. In any case, have a portable AM/FM radio so you can leave that on so the entire family can hear what's going on. Most importantly, be sure you know a safe place where you and your family can ride out the storm if it comes. This is the most critical decision you can make today. There almost certainly will be evacuations ordered for parts of Florida. If you live near the water, put together the food, clothes, valuable items, and important papers you'll take with you now. Leave as early as possible. There will be a crush on the road, and you may not find a hotel in the entire state of Florida. And by the way, not just Florida. Georgia is also in the wake of the storm. So it's kind of a mess out there, obviously. So do what you can to prepare yourself. And I thought those are some great pieces of advice. And I hope, folks, that I know we've got like I said, a lot of people that are watching us in Florida, a lot of people in Texas, a lot of people in Houston. If you're from Houston, welcome back, by the way. And, I know you guys have been through such a horrible time, and I'm so glad that you're doing better. I know it's going to be a messy cleanup. And welcome back. Shane checking in. Hello. Sherry, how are you? Sonia, how are you? Tyler, hi. Bradley, hello. Sherry is there. Angela is there. I have family and friends in Florida, she says. I told them to giddy up and get on out. It may be too late. I hope not, but you got to get moving. Kara says, yeah, people in Florida, please get out while you can. Better safe than sorry. Oh, let's take a quick look at our old friend, the Godfather, Rahm Emanuel. Rahm never let a crisis go to waste, Emanuel. Rahm, of course, the mayor of Chicago, one of the murder capitals of the world. More murders happen there than our soldiers get killed in Iraq and Afghanistan. Thank goodness we're not losing many soldiers. But, man, there's a lot of murders there. And take a look what the Godfather Rahm Emanuel had to say about President Trump today here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion.
But I want to emphasize one thing that the alderman noted, the chairman, that I think is very important. And that is that President Trump has talked about ending the Dreamers program. To all the Dreamers that are here in this room and in the city of Chicago, you are welcomed in the city of Chicago. This is your home, and you have nothing to worry about. Chicago, our schools, our neighborhoods, our city, as it relates to what President Trump said, will be a Trump-free zone. You have nothing to worry about. And I want you to know this, and I want your families to know it, and rest assured, I want you to come to school, but more than just come to school, pursue your dreams. And as your classmate just talked about, we're the only city in the United States that if you get a B average in high school, community college is free, and it is open to dreamers. It is the only public scholarship in the United States, public funded scholarship, in which dreamers are able to access those resources.
Now, it may be a Trump-free zone, but it's not a murder-free zone, right, Rahm? Good going. You're a dumbass. What a dumbass. I'll give them credit for this. Here's where the Democrats are way better than Republicans. They're brilliant, and that's in messaging. They don't say, okay, we've got, 8 million children of illegal immigrants. No, they're dreamers. Who doesn't want to be a dreamer? Who can't love a dreamer? I'm a dreamer. And I don't remember the song, but you know what I'm saying. It's incredible marketing. It's a lie. Almost all of their marketing and their things are lies. And anytime Rahm Emanuel's opening his mouth, that's a lie. But Tyler says, cut off the safe zone cities. Cut all these safe zone cities off. You mean what's the word now? You got me blanking. The sanctuary cities. Yeah, cut them off. Yeah, absolutely. I think Rahm Emanuel should say, oh, well, I was going to send you all to free college, But I can't now because the federal government is enforcing laws. And since we're a city that doesn't give a damn about the federal laws, we're not going to get any federal money. So we're all screwed. That's what I'd love to hear him say. Let's see. Steven says, let them dream, send them back to do it properly. Aileen says, well, I haven't seen that idiot in a long time. Good place to go around. Mary says, I voted for Trump. I stand by this for too many years. People have crossed the border illegally only to have babies, and we've been left with the fallout of medical care, education, and welfare. I'm middle class, and I'm tired of paying for everything. I'm fed up. Lyndon points out something, and Illinois is completely bankrupt. That's true, too. Michael says, go to Chicago, get shot. Scott says, cut Chicago off from any federal money. Yep. Carlos says, thank you for all the prayers. Don't need them, but thank you. Dawn is in Barrow, Florida. Where is Barrow, Florida, Dawn? Not quite sure where that is, but we're thinking about you. And Carla also. I think she's also in Florida. Carla says, I see you all projecting your failure of children who couldn't get better GPAs than most DACA recipients. Oh, I see. Okay. Brian says we are the batteries of the Matrix. Okay. Jerry says it's Rom, not Rob. Rom, R-A-H-M, Rahm Emanuel. He says Rahm Emanuel reminds me of Jim Jones. People don't drink the Kool-Aid. Okay. All right, folks. I really appreciate you. There's a lot going on. Of course, North Korea, they've had a hell of a weekend, too, where they're now threatening us with nuclear weapons. They've set off a test. That was pretty messy. A very interesting thing I saw, a video on a website I want to share with you. 4 absurd North Korean laws that will make you happy that you live in America. Let me share this with you here. Haircuts must be government approved. North Koreans can only choose from 28 selected haircuts. Oh, and I bet they're good, too. Even if you like to try a new style like Kim Jong-un, his hairstyle is not approved, so you'll be out of luck. The government has 3 generations of punishment rule. If you break the law, your grandparents, parents, and children will also be punished. Ooh. Owning a Bible is illegal. In fact, religious activities in general are prohibited. Wow. An American tourist was jailed for 6 months for leaving a copy of the Bible in a nightclub. North Koreans can only watch state TV. All programming is controlled by the government, and there are only 3 TV channels. Boy, that's the way the Democrats wish it was. If you watch movies or any unauthorized entertainment, you will get thrown in jail. Kim Jong-un needs to be taught a lesson about how to treat people. All right, very, very interesting video. Thank you very much for that. Okay, I'm about to wrap things up here. We're here every Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. And I always appreciate you being here, and I really appreciate you checking us out. Also, don't forget, we do have a great podcast, too. It's the Rusty Irish Rebellion. And I basically take the audio of this show and I put that out on the podcast, and you can find that at iTunes and Stitcher and all great places where you can find podcasts. I also do another podcast once a week. I'm not sure when we're doing it this week. It's with my friend Orson Scott Card, who's one of the great authors of our time. And it's called We Review Everything. And what do we do on the show? We review everything. Everything from movies to books to musicals to movies to toilet paper. Whatever's on our mind, we review it. And it's fun because Orson Scott Card, if you don't know him, he wrote the very famous book Ender's Game, and just a brilliant guy, an awesome guy, an interesting guy. And he's also like a curmudgeon. And so there's a lot of say he don't like anything at times, and it's hysterical, if you ask me. Let's see here. Anything else going on that you really need to get into? I don't think so. Just waiting for my music to kick in. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, I want to thank my sponsors. Will you please check out the sponsors? First of all, we want to thank Australian Dream Arthritis Pain Relief Cream. You know what it does? It does what it says it's going to do. It will get rid of your pain, whether it's back pain or arthritis pain. Doesn't smell, doesn't burn, it's not greasy, and it does what it says it's going to do. It gets rid of that pain. And listen to me. If you try it and you don't like it, you have to use the entire jar and return it. You'll get your money back. But you're not going to do that because you're going to like it because it's awesome. Okay? Another great product. DerMend. It's mature skin solution. So if you're a seasoned citizen, your skin isn't as moist as it used to be. And now there's some great products. Steroid free. It'll help you so your skin doesn't itch as much. DerMend. So the same as Australian Dream too. They're both available at Walmart, Walgreens, and any great retailer. Okay, they're awesome. Another product I would love you to check out is Wax RX. Yep, Wax RX. They're the official sponsor of today's program. They have a pH conditioned ear wash system that will really do the job. It's the same products that your doctor gets, and it cleans out those ears lickety-split, and you won't be miserable. Now, if you like my podcast, and I hope you do, you're going to like another podcast, and that is called Blunt Force Truth. You can find it same place you find my podcast, iTunes and Stitcher. It's hosted by a couple of great guys. Chuck Wooler, remember him from The Love Connection and Wheel of Fortune? He hosts it along with Mark Young. And you will enjoy that podcast. You really, really will. Do me a favor, if you would, please. On today's show, go like and share. Like and share, like and share, like and share, like and share. And if you go to my podcast, if you would please leave a nice little comment. I would appreciate it. And check out again my podcast, The Rusty Humphries Rebellion. All right? Oh, I didn't ask you to get my book either. My book is here. Should have had it for this holiday. Did you need this? 7 ways to win political debates with your liberal family and friends and still keep them as family and friends. Did you have any debates over the weekend? Over the Labor Day weekend, they have that idiot, cousin Gus come up. I can't stand that Trump. He's stupid. He hates. He's racist. He wants to get rid of all Mexicans. He hates them. And you go, okay, idiot. And you have to explain it to him over and over again. My book will help, and it'll help you so Gus looks like the idiot and you don't. Do-do-do. Do-be-do-do-do. Okay. Start one more time. There we go. So my book is available at Amazon, iTunes, Amazon, in paperback, in Kindle, and in audiobook from Audible. That's it. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you more than you know. May God bless you. May God bless America. We'll see you tomorrow, 9 p.m. in the East, 6 p.m. in the West. I'm Rusty Humphries. And this is the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. And I want to thank Right Wing News on Facebook. Make sure you check them out. Oh, and my Facebook page. You check my Facebook page out. My name is Rusty Humphries. It's talk. Type in the search bar talk T-A-L-K 2, the number 2, Rusty, and look for me in a blue shirt. That's where you'll find me. Like that page, okay? See you tomorrow here on the Rusty Humphries Rebellion. Yes, Carol, we are all praying for Texas and Florida. Thank you. Appreciate it. Good. Thank you, guys.